Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome if you are new. Glad you found me. We're doing the What the Friday reading. I tried this earlier. This is my take two. Take three actually, because I always do I do like a trial and for a couple seconds to check the video and then I begin. But this time my computer decided to reboot itself. It crashed or something and I lost the 20 minutes that I had spent on the first one. You see that we've already dealt out the influences underneath. But it's a really good reading. I'll start from the beginning. We'll start over here for the weekend. This all has to do with love. Sweet, sweet love. I did channel that song earlier. It's Anita Baker's Sweet Love. Right off the bat, right away, talking about the first card here for our current energy. We've got the Six of Cups in the reverse. And the Six of Cups is beautiful, wonderful nostalgia. Nostalgia for a sweet, sweet love from the past. But in the reverse, it's kind of us being stuck in the memories of the past. It's a sweet nostalgia, but we decided to dwell there, okay? Because it was so good, and there's proof right here. It was wonderful. I still don't know if this was real or if this is imagined with someone. But the clarifiers are we've got the Nine of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Empress. Okay, so Six of Cups in reverse. This is a reluctance of moving on from something, but it's because it was so sweet. I also heard it didn't even have a chance yet. So in some aspect, this younger relationship, it could be when you were children, it could just be something from the past that was childlike, as in it was innocent, it was pure, it was honest. That's what the Six of Cups means. Nostalgia for an innocent love. But then in the reverse, it's reluctance of moving forward from that. The key with the Six of Cups in the reverse is asking yourself, was it really as sweet as you remember? Because when we think back to something, we don't actually think back to the original memory. Our brains remember the last time we remembered it. And every time you go back to remembering something, something's different. So at some point when you are remembering this old memory, there becomes a point where it's not even the same events that you originally were thinking of. Okay? So the advice here is to try to let go and move forward from the past. When they're not saying right now that it wasn't as good as you remember, because it was. But please don't get stuck there, okay? And I see the memories here. Nine of Cups, Two of Cups, the Empress. Everything was wonderful, bountiful, equal. It's like you found your match. There was bliss here. But that nine of cups is there's still something missing, and usually it's that one cup to make the 10, which would be the person. So I get the feeling that maybe this nostalgia here, it could have been one-sided for some in the collective. It could have been one-sided, or just somebody daydreaming about another person filling that last cup, because the 9 is one missing one to make the 10, and usually it's the partner. But here they are with the Two of Cups. It's like once they met, they might not even have clicked right away when they met, you and this person, or whatever energy is resonating with you. I feel like when they met, there was some headbutting, because this story on this card is Gilgamesh and Kidu. And Gilgamesh was a king, but he was very brutish. And Enkidu was a brute, but he was very noble. So when they came together, they first clashed, and like just guys being dudes, they had an all-out brawl. And then they stood up and like, did we just become best friends? Yup. But there is insinuation by some historians from the text that there could have been an intimate relationship between the two. They were, yeah, so the Two of Cups represents a nice balanced match. And then you have the Empress here. In this card, it's the Lady of Guadalupe, the Mexican version of the Blessed Mother. And she came devotion, blessings, bounty, and with this card, I also heard proof of promise. Proof of promise. So there was, it's like somebody made a promise and they kept it. Maybe this is on your mind. I don't know where in the timeline you guys all are. So this could be, I mean, because we have the Six of Cups in the reverse, I'm assuming this is from the past. And then we go to the clarifiers, okay? We've got the Page of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Magician. The Page of Cups, see, like I said, that twin flame energy with the red string. So soulmates and twin flames are kind of the same feel, but they are different things, okay? You can have karmics, which is somebody who, you want to learn lessons from in this life, so you guys contract to do things together in this life. Then there's soulmates, which is part of another soul, part of your soul group, your soul family, and you guys kind of cycle in together through different lifetimes, but you have your agenda, they have theirs. You meet up, family can be soulmates, friends, co-workers, anybody that you meet that you feel that instant connection with. It means that you guys have come in together before. And then the vibration is so similar with the soulmate group that when you meet it and you click and it's like you vibrate together, that is a really, really sweet feeling. And it can be, I don't know, hang on a second. Sweet love. I mean, they just keep repeating the song to me. And the line I keep hearing is the sweet love, hear me calling out your name. Right? Aw, it's like somebody is calling out with their heart, forward and backwards, side and side, all around them, trying to call out to this love. Page of Cups here, young energy. But it's love for love's sake. It's pure and honest. Pure and honest. Love just for love's sake. The red string represents the twin flame. That's right. That I got off course. Sorry. So the soulmate, like I said, is a kindred energy, but you're separate energies. They go about their agenda, you go about yours. Your souls have different things to do, right? And you come in together. Hey, you're here, and oh yeah, you're here. Hey, you want to pal around for a couple decades? Yeah, let's do that. It was like that. But a twin flame is one soul that in the beginning contracted to be split in two. Everybody thinks they found their twin flame. Oh my God, if we can just, I can fix him, or I can fix her, or I can heal them, or, it's like using love as trying to fix somebody, but you can't do that. Anyways, twin flame souls are exceedingly rare because the process of being split is exceedingly painful. So there's so many millions and millions of people walking around going, oh, he's my twin. And, that abusive piece of shit is not your twin. That is a toxic karmic. That's a different kind of relationship, okay? And those are because you need to learn to get past that lesson so that you can, your soul can evolve and actually attract a good soulmate. Okay? The narcissist, the abuser, the liar, the cheater, those are not your twins. Okay? You gotta let that go. But there's that red string, so there is a healed twin coming in here. Or there, yeah. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. That is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I usually give the higher card to the I usually give the Queen to the higher sign. This is someone industrious, okay, practical, gracious, generous, and responsible. That generosity is something, but they worked hard to get there. So this might be one of the people in the relationship here. We have an Empress that's Venus energy, Taurus, and Libra. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. I can do the other ones, but those would be minor aspects. And then we have the Magician, Aries, and Capricorn energy to me. The Magician card in this deck is the fairy godmother from Cinderella. It is resourcefulness, originality, manifestation, self-help, skill, and willpower. Okay. Remember in the Rider-Waite, the magician has the four suits, okay? And he's using the tools that the fool carried in his satchel. Now he's starting, I heard that now he's getting down to business. Magician energy is the willpower and the robust vitality that you put into trying to manifest what you want. That is extremely important energy, okay? They want me to say that just putting out, lighting a candle and making a wish, that's not gonna be enough, especially in this plane of existence. The negative energy down here works a lot faster than the positive. So I heard you're gonna have to do more than wish. You're gonna have to actually put in the work. That's the key to the magician, is that he's using all the basic ingredients that he has, and he's actually bringing down energy from above, sending up energy from below. And when the two meet, that's when you get, the manifestation. The key that a lot of people forget is that they just kind of put the stuff out on their desk and then they hope for the best. But what the magician is saying is that you actually have to energetically reach up into the 5D. That's sending up your intention, but you actually have to draw the energy down to you, and that takes work. That's the physical labor of working towards your goal. That's why the magician for me has a lot of Capricorn energy in it also. It's not just the Aries energy of fire and vitality and willpower. It's also got to be the work to bring it to you, okay? So how do we put this all together? I still don't know if this is just someone remembering or if they're actually making a plan to try to do this again. So far, I feel like this is just remembering. Yeah, it was young. Love for love's sake. Even if it wasn't when you were young, maybe it was just 10 years ago when you were in your 40s, or 50, or 30s or whatever. But there was an innocence, like, oh my God. Like you felt like kids again? That's how I kind of get it. Like there was twirling of the hair, and there was like kicking of the rocks in the shoes, and like, oh gosh, kind of energy. Like, oh my God, he looked at me. Oh my God, she's going to go out with me. I feel like that energy. Proof of promise. How do I put that together? Let's go to the theme deck. Maybe we'll get some, they want, let's see. Hang on. They want an oracle card. Don't know if this will be a mistake or what. Because I pulled a card for the current energy and then 3 clarifiers, but nothing is clear here. It's just the feeling that somebody's stuck in that nostalgia. Thinking about a love from the past. The seer. See beyond the current situation. Okay. What is the current situation? The current situation that we're exploring with this spread today is that 6 of Cups in the reverse. Reluctance to moving forward. So let's read what the seer has to say. Let me quick just, is that good? Can you see that? Okay. It says, see beyond the current situation. Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Okay. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. Ooh. You're being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with your head. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space. God damn it, there's that save point again. I'll get to that in a second. In an energetic holding space, while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. You're moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. I love that. So that's actually the clarity we kind of needed, isn't it? We got dark quick. Yeah, my brightness is all the way up. I hope that's not too dark for... Is it better? Oh, that's a little better. Okay. So, okay. That magician. Do you remember when I was talking about how the magician is not just willpower, it's actually working, it's actually the work to manifest this? I'm hearing with this seer card, don't force it. Don't force it. Yes, there's hard work to put in it, and that's admirable, but don't force it. There's that energetic holding space I was talking about earlier. So to me, that is a liminal space, and liminal space is a space in between 2 points. Okay. I have a card in this deck for the 2 of Wands, which is the god Janus. He's Roman, but he does not have a Greek counterpart, so nobody really knows about him that much. He is a two-faced god, and he guards doorways and entryways, because you're leaving one state, you're leaving one situation, you're leaving one vibration, and you're going into a new you know what I mean? I often give him, because he is literally the god of doorways. Okay, so when you step through a doorway into another room and you forget why you went in there, that's Janus. That's his energy, because you're stepping into something new, so you forget the past. It's almost a good description of when we come into life, how once we go through the tunnel to be born, all our memories of of everything before that fade away, so we can concentrate on what we're doing, right? Where was I going with this? Oh, the seer. The liminal space is the empty hallway between two rooms. Okay? And I'm sorry, I got off course. We're we're ending an eclipse cycle, the beginning of which was the solar eclipse last month or earlier this month. No, last month, sorry. And now it's ending with the lunar eclipse on the 7th. The 2 weeks in between was that liminal space, okay? it, it's such a cool energy, and I just have trouble describing it. It's a portal. It's the portal between the two eclipses, okay? And the since it was a new moon when we had the solar eclipse, in the new moon you don't do any manifestation work. So then they extended that through the first part of the eclipse portal, and now on the 7th we're gonna be in a full moon. Oh, sorry about the stuttering. They show me images and then sometimes some of them talk, so it's hard to really. And then I have thoughts too, so it's kind of hard to organize all that. Sorry. The seer was talking about that energetic holding space. What they're showing me is like a school crossing guard, okay? And somebody is holding you back with their, you know how the crossing guards do it. They put their arms out while the cars go past, and some in the collective may be very frustrated that their way has been impeded. But if you ran outright at that moment, you get fucking hit by a car. Do you ever you want to get hit by an energetic car from the divine? No. So the liminal space that they have you in, the energetic holding space, is because the divine is recalibrating the energies around you. And if you go forward now, you fucking you'll run into problems. Nothing's ready right now. So now you're stuck in this energy of waiting, and you keep going with this magician energy trying to manifest, manifest, manifest. And the seer is saying, chill the fuck out. We see you working, but the more you put into it, the more it's going to mess up what we're already trying to do. It's like every time you come back to the intent, you're changing something a little bit. And then the divine is like, well, fuck, now they added this new thing in there. Now we have to rework everything, and that's going to take longer. And then you're frustrated that it's taking so long, but if you just stop lifting the lid while it's trying to cook, right? Did your mom ever yell at you for opening the oven while she was baking? Because then it changes the temperature. The oven's got to get, an extra half an hour to get back up to the right temperature. You fucked up the dish. Your mom's mad at you. You know, they're saying, chill out. Just sit in this just be still for a minute. Sit in this holding space while we rework everything. We got your energy. We got your intention. Chill the fuck out. Okay? Okay, so now let's get to the theme cards and see if we can't get a little bit more insight, because I want to know if somebody is just remembering or if somebody is really trying to manifest this back. And the divine is like, we saw what you had. We know what you want. We saw your intention. You're working toward it. Now let us see. Look at that. You know what? I might stutter like a complete asshole, but my cards don't fucking lie. As soon as I dropped the Six of Cups in the reverse, I saw this card in my mind from my theme deck, the Ghost, stuck in the past. This is the Six of Cups reversed. See the clock? The clock is going backwards. There's a ghost here with chains on it, and it's saying stuck in the past. That is for sure. I can't believe it fell out. And then we got, where am I going to put, I'll put the sear here. Is that good? Ooh, that's nice. Okay, let's hope it doesn't fall off. Let's keep going, please. Stuck in the past. Why is this? I'm hearing somebody burn their wheels, I heard. You know, like in racing, or when you take off too fast and you hit the gas and your wheels spin, you're burning the rubber and you're not going anywhere. 1111. An energy gateway. You're connected. A chance will be presented to change. This is a soul connection, a twin flame, or a soulmate. 222, keep the faith. Timely and auspicious opportunities are coming. Stand strong in your personal truths. Put these over here too. And someone's being reminded to hydrate. I always think it's funny when that card falls out in the middle of something so emotional, and then you get the card that says, "Drink more water, bitch. Drink more water." But that also could mean, the emotional waters. Replenish yourself. I heard that quote from Dave Chappelle about Prince saying, refresh yourself in the Lake Minnetonka. Get the star. The fairy godmother again, the star. Blessings, healing, a wish, direction, renewal, and finding your way. That's what you're trying to manifest, but you're putting a look. Hang on. I have been plagued with that energy all my life, okay? Because people will tell you, try hard, try hard, try harder, try harder, try harder. But I don't know what it is about my energy, but the more I put into something, the more it will blow up. So a lot of times people are like, well, she's not even trying. She's not even doing this. She's not. It's like I have to do the absolute bare minimum. Otherwise, everything will explode. I know that sounds weird. Let's see here. So we got Red-winged blackbird. He's been making himself known a lot lately. This is a divine warning, but also protection during this time. You're averting disaster by listening to this. Warning. Coming up, and you're coming out better in the end. So maybe this is your warning. You're putting too much energy into something. Because every time you go back to what you're trying to do, you change a little bit. So then the divine has to start over. Oh, pincushion. Interesting. Sharp, precise projects, concentration. Oh, that could be that energy of you trying to make something. Trying to make something happen. You're trying to be precise. That Queen of Pentacles is very disciplined, very meticulous. They want you to concentrate more on. So they're showing me the needles, and in the old days, old needles used to be made of iron, and iron is one of the elements that you use for protection. So railroad spikes are so popular in witchcraft, and coffin nails, and just nails in general. A lot of nails nowadays aren't made with iron anymore, but in the old days, iron was a protection. So even when women were sewing, the iron needles were like imbuing what they were making with protective energy. Okay, so they want you to make sure that you weave into whatever you're creating good intentions. Okay? Don't go into it with desperation. Don't weave. They're saying don't sew this together with desperation. Sew it together with precision and intention and protection. Okay? Good intentions. Blessings. All right. One couple more. Sure. The red sun. This is a symbol of waking up to your spiritual path. And there's intense emotion here, passion, deep understanding, spiritual awakening, and divine communication. I love that. Let's get a couple more, please. Hold up. Pause, rest, consider, and chill out. What did I say? The card says chill out. They're showing me somebody who puts the kettle on. Well, not the kettle. They put something in the oven, like a casserole, maybe something that's got to simmer for a while. Put it in the oven, set it, and go take a bath. Right? Go have a drink. Go take the dog for a walk. Do something with yourself, for yourself, to yourself, whatever, while this is brewing. Yeah. I don't like that. Try one couple more. I don't like that. Is that in the future or what? What's going on with that? The third party card fell out. There's Uranus again. Venus, that's that Empress energy, and the bell. Okay. Divine call, spirit is present. Okay, so keep the faith. So look, spirit is present, keep the faith. There's twin flame energy here. Pause and chill out. You're getting too much in sauce, you know. But like they didn't. I don't know. There's the third party card. There's too many fingers in this pie. The moon. Remember, I was talking about the eclipse cycles. We've got the moon here. Instincts, habits, cycles, moods. Now, when they talk about cycles, it's also going back to things in the shadow that's stuck in the past energy. Also, somebody here may be feeling guilty about this not going right. This card is advice that says it is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. How you adapt to that, grow from it, learn from it, and become better from it, that's the cycle of life. Okay? So you can have your best intentions. You can do everything right, everything meticulous, like this Queen of Pentacles always does, responsible, disciplined, thoughtful, intelligent, making good decisions, and you could still lose in the end. That's not any weakness on you at all. That's the problem. We think sometimes as humans that we have so much control over how things are going to go, as long as we make sure every step and every piece and everything is perfect. And then something happens where you can't explain it, but it just fucks up. Oh shit, that's vomit. Okay. Okay, last two cards. We've got the pendulum. Somebody's swinging between extremes. Yeah. And I feel like it's that extremes of I do nothing or do everything. Do I pull back and wait, or do I go for it? Something like that. It's swinging between two extremes. It's not necessarily just those energies. Everybody's going to experience this stuff differently in the collective. So however you're resonating with that, swinging between extremes. Do I do it? Do I wait? You know what I mean? The last card is incredible here. We've got the Raven. Watch the signs and synchronicities. Okay. This card, the Raven, has a trinket. As you know, they like to steal shiny things. In this case, he has a watch, and the watch is set for 1111. So that's 2 times here. We've got the twin flame 1111 number. Okay. So that's what I have. Somebody's just going to be in their head about something from the past that was super, super sweet. Can they get it back? Or, um, so they're telling me some in the collective are not trying to actively get that relationship back, but they're trying to get back in the energy where they can create one just like it. Okay. Now that's where it's coming in, where the divine is saying, okay, we heard you. We've got all the specs. You're on your path. Now let us do the work, that liminal space, that energetic holding space while they recalibrate things. It's the warning to not lift the lid, because every time you go back with that magician energy and try to manifest something, you're changing the parameters of the agreement, and so they have to rework everything. It's taking longer than if it would if you would just leave it alone. Okay, that's what I have for everybody. Remember the seer, look beyond the current situation. Um, look beyond the, that's all it says. I'm not going to go back to the book. And remember, you're in a holding space. Okay, so work on you. Work on you to take that spiritual bubble bath while the casserole is cooking. Okay. I don't think I have anything planned for tomorrow, so we'll see if there's anything in the astrology, or if I want to just do one out of the blue. So thanks for sticking with me. My information is in the description. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. My email, Venmo, and Cash App are all in the description. I'll link Sweet Love by Anita Baker. And until I see you again in the next reading, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, thanks, bye.